In the early to mid 2000s, Jason would come up and visit often. As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, he would come up and visit, and we would have a good time playing games and spend family time and reminiscing and all those sorts of things. Well, on one of those particular weekends, during that time, one of the popular things to do in culture was to play Texas Hold'em. And there were a lot. I was on ESPN, and there were a lot of Texas Hold'em tournaments, and Jason and I had been playing cards ever since we were boys, and we had played poker as boys, and on this particular day, we had gone over to a friend of mine, and he had come up to my house for the weekend, and we'd gone over. I think it was a Saturday night. We went to play Texas Hold'em, and when you play Texas Hold'em, you pay an entry fee, and if you win, you win the pot at the end of the night. But if you lose early on, you get eliminated. And so, and oftentimes when the people get eliminated, they'll start a small cash game. And so we were playing for just some cash there. And Jason and me, and there was at least one, or I think there was two other players. So there's like four of us playing. And we had played a game of five card. So you just pick, the dealer picks a game, and then you switch the dealer, and so we had played a game of five card draw with Deuces Wild, and that game had ended. I don't recall what the results of that game were, but it was my turn to deal, and I just said same game, and I dealt, and it came down to me and Jason were staying in, and there was some significant betting. I mean, it wasn't life changing money or anything like that, but there was a good amount of money in that pot, and Jason was pretty confident he was going to win, and I believe he called me, and so when it came down to it, I laid down my hand and I said, I've got two pair, twos and queens, and Jason laid down three beautiful aces, and a big smile on his face, and he reaches with both hands to start pulling in the pot. Big, huge smile on his face, and I said, "Oh, wait a second, deuces were wild." And Jason says, "Huh?" And that means I have four of a kind, which would be, because two twos and two queens would be four queens, which four queens does actually beat three aces, even though they were natural aces. So in this instance, two pair beat three of a kind, and that smile was wiped off his face. There were many yees on that evening, and to this day, I occasionally will remind Jason that once in a while, two pair does beat three of a kind. So I'll give you another yee for that one, Jason. Yee.